Seems, Robard, that we're running out of options.
We don't have enough men to scale the walls with ladders, and we can't afford to lose any more. We can only take Talmberg by a ruse or with superior numbers. Ruses have failed, and we don't have superior numbers.
Then we are left with no choice but to build a trebuchet. To demolish my own walls. Where is Master Fafar?
He's waiting. We sent for him as soon as...
Bring him to me. Let's not waste time.
Sir Divish.
You will build me a trebuchet, Master Tobias.
Trebuchet, my lord. That's not entirely in my field of expertise.
We have to take back Talmberg.
Yes, indeed, sir, I understand that,
You
but...
are the best engineer we can rely on in the whole fiefdom.
Oh, well, thank you, my lord, but... It's just that I've never built a trebuchet before. This could take some time.
Then you'd better get to it. Bernard will go over the plan of attack with you.
Oh.
Well, Master Tobias, you have much to do and little time. I will not keep you any longer.
Indeed. Of course, sir. Thank you, my lord.
How are the preparations proceeding in the other camps?
As well as can be expected under the circumstances. There are still many things that need doing, but I just don't have the time for them.
No, you don't. Henry.
Yes, sir.
I would like for you to help with the preparations in the encampments.
Gladly, sir.
Robard will brief you. That'll be all.
What needs to be done?
Look, a military encampment's a complicated thing. I don't expect it to be as peaceful and orderly as Holy Mass. But what we have here now is havoc. The men are as nervous and short-tempered as caged bears. When you walk around the camps, you'll see for yourself. Grumbling everywhere, complaints about everything from the gruel to the fleas. They're moaning they've drunk the alehouse dry, and now they have to wait for the next batch of beer. We've got dead who deserve a decent burial, and a lot of wounded. The less the troops grumble, the better off we'll all be. But that's not even the main...
What do you mean?
Did you hear what Sir Divish was saying to Fafar?
I heard some of it.
And what did you make of it?
He said he'd never built a trebuchet catapult. I wouldn't even know where to start, but he might.
But, if it'll take him as long as he said, we can't wait until...
I'll try to ask him if I can help in some...
You should definitely do that. Without a trebuchet, we're much too...
How are you faring, Sir Robard?
How do you think I'm faring, lad? There's some cutthroat thug lolling about in my bed at the castle.
Well, at least no one's raised Talmberg.
Not so far. Though we may end up doing it ourselves to smoke the bastard.
I imagine Sir Divish isn't taking it too...
And why do you think he handed command over to me? But it pains my heart, too.
What's the easiest way to take back Talmberg?
The easiest way? Call in the Royal Army and leave it to them. But there's no Royal Army to help us now, and we can't afford to wait. What's more, we don't want to destroy the castle.
Repairing the castle would be expensive.
And time-consuming. No trebuchet is wholly on target. The missiles fly as they please. And if we blast the castle to pieces and Sigismund comes back...
Do you think Sigismund will come back?
How do I know what's in his head? But if he doesn't take advantage of this chaos, Someone else probably will. The whole country will know about it soon enough.
I'd never have thought so many people were keeping an eye on Talmberg. Like that fellow Hal.
Not only Talmberg, and we've left precious few men in Ratai. If we're defeated here, who's to stop them from pillaging the whole province? And there's no shortage of power-hungry bastards like Havel.
Is there some way we can get through?
There are steps from the gate up to the walkway on the battlements, and I don't know how Istvan's covering them. Then there's the portcullis to get through. A big battering ram might breach it, but how could you get one that close? I reckon we'll have to set
Stuck up brushwood and light it?
brushwood, timber, anything that burns, soaked in as much pitch as possible. The local charcoal burners surely have some.
And even if it doesn't burn the gate right down, it'll weaken it and make it easier to break through.
Exactly.
And what about the walls? Which side is the most...
The south and east are solid. It would be useless to try anything there.
It's best defended from the north, and as for the west...
From the west is where we tried it, and got royally fucked, if you recall. But I think in the end we'll try that way again.
Pity they didn't stay holed up in Vranjik for longer. It would have been much easier.
Toth is a wily fox. If he'd had all his men with him there would have been real carnage. It's likely we only won there because he'd already gone and taken most of his best...
Is there anything else I can help with?
Well, we need some pitch. I know you had dealings with the charcoal burn.
I've met a few, true enough.
Then have a look around the area. If you manage to find any pitch, bring it to our quartermaster in the camp.
Is there anything you can tell me about...
The truth is, Talmberg has far too few weaknesses. Who'd have thought that was something I'd...
Pity they didn't stay...
Toth is a wily fox. See you later.
Greetings.
Sir Robard sent me to you. He said you have to build a...
Indeed. A trebuchet that can smash the walls of Talmberg. I, a mining engineer. I'll never manage it on...
Well, I'd like to help you, but how? I don't know anything about
Actually, there is a way you could help. Conrad Keyser came to Sasso recently. If you could get him to come here, it would save my skin.
Conrad Keyser? Who's he?
He's a scholar who studied medicine, but he also designed... He even took part in the siege of Nicopolis, together with Sigismund.
You're still an engineer, though. Couldn't you build...
Are you serious? Do you know how complicated such a machine is? What forces are at work in the... If we were lucky, it wouldn't fire at all. Far more likely it would smash itself to smithereens and kill lots of us instead of the...
He was with Sigismund.
It's not so straightforward. They quarrelled after the battle, after Conrad blamed their defeat on...
I don't suppose he took that.
Quite. That's what led to Conrad being banished from Prague and making a base at
Banished?
He was a member of the court and a doctor and a master engineer, so nothing quite that bad befell him. I've even heard he has a whole host of wise men with him, and they're writing some...
What's he doing here in Sass?
They sent him over here to help with building the monastery. No doubt they had to pay handsomely.
And how am I supposed to get him here?
Well, only if all else fails. We need his cooperation. Try having a word with him.
All right, I'll do what I can.
Thank you, Henry. Maybe we will build that... See you later.
Yeah! Yeah!
Yeah.
Huh? I'm honored that you should come to me.
How are we doing with the food?
Who wants to know? One of their lordships?
No, I just wondered if there was anything you're short of.
Oh, I see. The lordling is wondering if we're in urgent need of anything. Well. To tell the truth,
Yes, I've heard something like that.
I'll say. Every other man's moaning on about it. The gamekeepers are doing all they can, but they can't keep up. So if you know how to help them out, bring it right here. I'll take care of them.
Fine, I'll keep that in mind. I brought you some meat.
Stack it over here. What's going on? You said you were...
Do we have any beer?
Christ, I wish we did. Our ale's all gone and we've drained the local...
That's bad news.
Don't I know it? You can't go and catch a beer in the woods either. But if you happen to know about some, let's hear it. News like that'd refresh me almost as... and the lads, too. God be with you.
Leave me be. I want to sleep. God be with you.
How are the men holding up?
They're a rabble. The out-of-towners are desperate to go home. And the locals, they've got nowhere else.
Are they causing trouble?
No trouble as such. It's true I've caught a few of them asleep on their watch. There's nothing a couple of lashes of the whip.
Well, there might be a simpler solution.
Whipping a man, simple enough. Just give one of them a beating, the others will remember.
But then you'd have an injured soldier. It occurred to me a herbal potion might do that.
I never heard of any wives' quackery helping troop morale. But Christ knows they could do with something to flush the booze out of them and keep their eyes open.
How goes it, Sir Bernard?
How goes it? We're sitting here under the castle, and all day long there's folks hewing stones. My ears are ringing as if
I felt that way too since the night.
That went horribly wrong. And even so, God be with you.
Yeah.
Greetings.
How do you feel, Sir Divish? How's the shoulder?
I felt better, boy. I feel awful, truth be told.
Let someone tend to the wound and you'll soon be better.
The flesh can be healed, perhaps. But the spirit...
What is it you need, sir?
I need a priest as well as a physician. The closest was in Rovna, but I don't know what happened to him. And then there's the one from Uzhitz. What's his name?
Godwin. But why would you need a priest? The wound will heal, especially with the help of...
It's not about me. I've got a lot of wounded here that won't see morning, and dead men. Goodbye.